For those of you missing the disorganized mess that was my previous abode, here we go. Let's bring in some contenders. The 900s, the Mad Dogs. Let's disconnect those ripped apart Phillips and see what we're looking at. What we're looking at is the Bravo Audio Ocean A2, I believe. I just double checked and I still forgot. There's dust on it. And we're feeding it with the $25 MUSE Mini USB DAC, which is an interesting little unit because it's USB powered, has optical and coaxial in, has a headphone out, and a full RCA audio out. That's in this nice little metal box. So this is really a double review. And as you can see, this setup doesn't really lend itself to looking nice. Well, I mean, it depends. The side load RCA inputs or the front load 3.5, and then the volume here that's way too far in compared to that sort of mess things up. So this is a tube, and it's warm. It's nice and warm. It's toast. Ooh, that's hot. Those little babies are hot. And I'm playing off of the... Check my PC. Do it. Do it! Windows 10 is going to go on my little baby tablet. It's going to be adorable. Now, I've checked this DAC with my EO9K. Do I accept disagreements? I'm going to install Windows 10 and do a review. It's going to be amazing. Good. Choose another drive or attach an external drive with 13 gigs available. Shit. I may not even have that size total. You know the headphone amp in this isn't bad? I mean, alright. Here's the deal. This is a $25 DAC. And I could hear it. The Behringer UCA202 that I recommend is a well, it's actually a $20 DAC. And at the very bottom of the scale, like the FIO D3, which doesn't have USB, the fact that it says USB is what makes this interesting. Because you're getting the most available inputs for the least money. Period. Lower that. Oh wait, I can't lower that. I'm going to lower that. Baby's crying. So, I'm going to add this to the list. Because it's not terrible. It's not an ODAC. It's not a Sanskrit. It's 1/4 of the price of a Sanskrit with nearly the same amount of inputs, and then tack on a headphone amplifier in there, which is basically just the line outs fed to 3.5mm. They're just calling it a headphone. I don't believe there's more power here than if I just watch. Actually, this is America. I thought this was America. We sell adapters. So let's see what's going on with this. Here's RCA to 3.5mm. So now I'm going to be able to tell you if this headphone out is different from just using the line outs. The volume up a little bit. Might be a little bit quieter. Hey, what do you know? It's not. It's actually louder out of the headphone out. So, bravo. It's only about 15% louder, but that still counts as louder. So that means there is actually a headphone amp, but it's not just shoving the RCA line outs. Unless it's putting a resistor on these, and that's full output, or that's equal to full output. I really wish I had my multimeter here. Anyway, this is $25. And if you're strapped for cash and you want a DAC that isn't your onboard, this is probably good enough. Why is that optical got a light in it? Is that out or in? I hope it's in. Why would there be an out? I mean... Huh. Doesn't specify if that's out or in, yet it's got a light. And usually if it's in, it wouldn't be lit up. So, product page, link, burnout. Product page link in the burnout below. We'll see what's going down. These were messed up. This was like this. Did they cross over? Damn it. Alright. Outside is right. Outside is right. Inside is left. Unplugging that from that headphone amp. Headphone amp's not bad. I mean, it's pushing the Mad Dogs, sorta. Here, I'll do an actual. The Mad Dogs, again, still the hardest pair of headphones I have to drive. So I'm maxed on that, and it's playing. But it's definitely not. It's no. What the hell the word for balls in Mexican, Spanish? Guapos or something. I don't know. Edit. So now to the Bravo audio, which I thought it was the Bravo Audi, because they're apparently using that picture of a turntable to symbolize the O for both. And that was a little weird. What Audi? The Brav Audi. Okay, so we get the same volume as this outputs at just above 9 o'clock. At half volume, we're loud now at half volume. Jesus. So it's got pretty good power. And it sounds clean. Now, my little bit of A being against my, again, EO9K, which is my benchmark. There's something warmer about this. They're doing active things with that tube. And it isn't terrible. But it isn't something to write home to mama about. It's not going to fix a set of headphones that need to be tubified. It's not going to do that. It looks very cool. It's got the red power light there, and it's underlit with blue under the actual socket. So it does look cool. And I believe you can DIY these if you really wanted to get the soldering iron out. If you spill things on your desk constantly, you may want to reconsider having one of these. It's powered off of power brick, which is floating on the floor down here. Come, this table's so long. What kind of power we're looking at? 24 volt, 1.5 amp. So that's a decent amount compared to what I would expect, which is like 12 volt and half an amp. Here's your on-off switch. Oh, there is a warm-up time, by the way, which... Let's see if having it on, shutting off, and then turning it right back on. Nothing's playing. Nothing's playing. Nothing's playing. Nothing's playing. Nothing's playing. Nothing's still playing. Still nothing is playing. Wow. So it's obviously got an internal timer. It isn't going off the warmth of everything because shit is still hot. Hot. Like hot. Nothing's playing. I'm retarded. I'm retarded. I'm retarded. I had the volume down. Alright, let's try that with the volume up now, people. Interesting. With the power off, you could hear it distortedly fade away as the tube loses power. So now, on. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. And it comes up. And actually, you could hear it distorted as shit as it activates the rest of the amp. So it is using that tube. I don't hate this. I'm okay with this. I think it's the closest you can get in the cheap range to a real tube. Like, the tube is part of this. I'd love to try one of their, I guess, upgraded versions, the Plus. I'm pretty sure this isn't the Plus. It's just set up weird. I mean, you could obviously do that, and it's sort of... Whoa! Don't shatter the tube on the glass shelf. That'll be bad. So the mini DAC, let's get mini DAC is good enough to recommend. Certainly for the price, $25. You're not going to find... It's hard enough to find a project box made out of aluminum that's that size for $25. So let's throw a good DAC, let's throw a decent DAC into it with RCA outputs, and there you go. Now this thing has the plugs falling out of it. I understand why it's shaped like this. You know, everything's important where everything goes, and it can't be as convenient as you'd like. For instance, the power switch should probably be on the front, and the RCA should probably be on the back. But they're not, because project amp. Whoa! Alright, let's try something open. Because I didn't drag those 900s out here to look at them. Although, look at them. Full review for these coming. Or maybe I released it already. I don't know. The future is a terrible thing to try to predict. Whoa! Way easier to drive than the Mad Dogs. I'm going to have to pull this apart just to clean the dust off of it. Yeah, you know what? The bass actually feels pretty punchy on that amp. Considering it's a, if it is truly a tube, but it's slowing things down. These are also the 900s, which are just basically... If the Philips got a sound upgrade, they'd sound like these. Oh my god. I'm biased towards these Audio-Technicas because I own the 2000s, and these are just reaching towards them to be the 2000s. They're not quite there, but that's my thing. They obviously tickle my fancy all the way deep down inside. So, yeah. I want to try one of the bigger Bravos now. Anyone's got a bigger Bravo or a bigger tube DIY crack, one of the crazy crack amps. I know those things, you could change op amps all week on those. Power down, and then it slowly fades away. Slowly fades away. So yes, you're looking at 25 and 70. So roughly $100. Well, if you can fit a set of RCAs in that are nice. And then you're done. You've got a good starter. You have the Mica Origin, which is completed and over there and done. Or you can go with something a little bit weirder. I mean, when you go with tube for distortion, then you're automatically sort of like limiting how crazy you need to go with a DAC. So this is a good combo. Because even if the DAC is lacking slightly, who cares? You're going for a crazy tube distortion. Just go with it. I like this. I like this pairing right here. They're even the same damn size. And what do you think about the workspace? It's got to be updated, and that computer's got to get built so I don't have to use a Windows tablet. Christmas paper. Sim racing stuff. Yes. Yes. Yes.